This is Der Jaeger, a hidden gem nestled in Wayne County. At this husband and wife-owned establishment, you'll find an amazing antique gallery with pieces from around the world and private, cozy German family-style dining. At Der Jaeger, you will experience phenomenal German cuisine where Chef Silvana makes guests feel just like family. Food, conversation, and friendship. Der Jaeger is the perfect dining experience. We hope you'll love it as much as we do. Well, I am here with Janusz. He and his wife own Der Jaeger, and we're upstairs, and you have an amazing collection of antiques, collectibles, art. It's really incredible. So let's talk about some of the things that you have. Let's start in this room here.
Well, thank you. It is a unique place to visit. Besides having German food,
yes.
Customers can enjoy walkthrough with fine art, antiques and collectibles.
Yeah.
We do have from 18th century on to early 20th century collectibles, including porcelain, militaria, which I have collected for many years, and I have done historical presentations working for school districts in the past. Try to bring that to young generations from high schools to colleges. You know, it's just time passed by, and it's important to know that history should be taught and should be remembered.
Yes, it is. This is like a history book. It's really fun. And some of those really fun pieces, you said you have the pottery that's here, and let's talk about some of the crystal and things like that. You
well, we'll have Meissen, blue onion, porcelain, which is highly collectible. In today's market, Meissen is well known for high quality. Blue onion seems to be very popular in collecting world. We do have glass, which commemorates Russian, the last wedding of Tsar. As well as Austro-Hungarian Empire, imperial glasses we have acquired from one of our customers related to the Habsburg family.
That's incredible.
So it's a unique, very unique piece and very hard to find.
Very, very.
As well as some really fine art pieces, you know, starting with Salvador Dali, William Hopper, we had Miro, we have Chagall, we have Picasso lithographs, as well as costume designers, which we have an original portfolio. Sally Gift was a costume designer, which most of us seen her art in commercials on public television, including California Raisins, 7-Up commercials, Aliens, which she was famous for. As well, she was an established painter. We're fortunate to have one of her paintings in here and her original drawings for commercials.
Well, there's several rooms to meander through, and there's something exciting in every room, and I really like this room. There's a couple pieces you want to point out.
Sure. This is one of our pride and joy in collection. And it's an Italian piece. It's titled The Tower of Children. It's fully carved, and this piece was reproduced until late 19th century. Most likely this piece was estimated by the 18th century, mid to late 18th century. It's a pharmaceutical piece with the hidden drawers and carvings. It's the workmanship and the quality and that period, which, you know, craftsmen took the time, and of course everything is handmade.
Yeah.
There is no mechanical tools which created that piece. So it's really nice decorative piece for any occasions.
Absolutely.
As well as this piece, which is unique. You see a lot of guys pedaling bicycles today, and you know, but the old trophies are hard to come by. And this happened to be from Berlin, Germany, cycling club from 1903, and presented to a cycler who, you know, had some records on different distances. So it's not only a trophy, but it's also a drinking vessel. So you can celebrate your winning by filling up with beer or wine. And
that's awesome. Even this, I mean, it's a trophy. Look at this. It's absolutely beautiful.
It is. You know, it's just a beautiful bronze piece.
What about this beautiful desk here?
Well, that's another interesting piece, which is very unique to our collection. And it's a mechanical French desk. Basically, you pull the drawer out and the drum will close. Once you pull the drawer in, the drum will then extract, and vice versa.
It's beautiful, open and closed.
Yes, it is. It's, again, handmade. It's real nice work. It's a high quality and difficult to find.
You really have a special military section.
Yes, we do. History was always my passion. Started collected early in my age. And I have accumulated extensive collection of war memorabilia.
Nice.
From the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, and particularly World War I and World War II. And one of our prized possessions is this Keystone camera, which was used during the Second War and reconnaissance missions. And I do have several maps which were classified secret at that time by U.S. Navy, and it actually shows the Japanese islands and Pacific islands during the Second War.
Wow, you have some really unique pieces. And how did this work? How did this camera work?
Well, this was in the aircraft. Essentially, as the aircraft flew, they had the film loaded in a down position and hope for the good weather and hopefully for the best pictures. And
Crazy.
those days, technology was a little bit different than today.
You can say
but,
that.
As a historical item, it's a very unique camera.
Absolutely. Janusz, thank you for showing us all these unique pieces. This has been so much fun, but of course, Der Jaeger is a restaurant, right?
Yes, it is.
So right now we're going to head up front and we're going to talk to your lovely wife and prepare some German food.
Please do.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
We are in the kitchen here at Der Jaeger, and this is Silvana, and Silvana is the other half of the team.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, and you're going to make some amazing German food, which we totally love and we're very excited about.
Good.
So what are we making today?
Okay, I'm making some potato salad.
Okay.
It's the German version, so you don't have the mayonnaise
Okay.
with it.
Oh, okay, super.
So I basically boil the potatoes and peel them.
Right.
And then I cut them up into smaller pieces.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea without the mayonnaise, because especially if it's like warmer outside and you're taking it on a picnic.
Well, in the dressing, you still have oil in there. But it's to get all the vitamins and all the flavors out of the potatoes and whatever you have there with it. Okay, so what I usually do, mix that up a little bit.
Okay.
So to loosen them up a little. And what I do onion. So I chop them up a little. Now, don't ask me about the amount. I'm like usually go by feeling, okay, maybe a little more, a little bit less, depending on the amount I have.
Okay. Most of us have a recipes like that where we don't measure at this point.
No, it's just,
right?
I make a little bit more probably than the average person does, okay? So then you have parsley. And I prepared the dressing, which is a little bit of water,
All right.
vinegar, spice, salt, a little bit of sugar, and oil.
You drizzle that all over, right?
What I like to do, I just put some in there, stir it up.
Oh gosh, that looks delicious.
It smells good, doesn't
Smells fantastic.
I know. And then I like to let it sit a little bit so the potatoes can actually soak up all the flavors.
Okay.
And I like to do this a little bit in the room temperature rather than in the refrigerator, because it seems to lose a little bit on the flavor if it doesn't. And then just let it sit for a little bit.
Perfect.
And if I think it soaks it up too much, then I add a little bit more.
Excellent.
And that's all I do to this one.
Okay, Silvana, we're at the stove now. What are we doing here?
Okay, I'm gonna be reheating some sauerbraten. It's like a pot roast.
Oh, okay.
Sweet sour pot roast. It has been marinating for 5 to 7 days. And I like to use raisins and craisins. Craisins I like to use because they're a little bit more sour than a raisin is. Because normally it's calling for lingonberries, which we don't have here.
Right.
Okay, so it gives it a little bit more of that tangy taste
Tart,
to it.
yeah.
Then we have rouladen, which is thinly sliced beef, bacon, and onion.
Delicious.
You can put the pickle in there with it. I like to leave it off to the side.
Okay.
Because I personally am
In case
not so
somebody
crazy-
doesn't like that taste.
not too crazy about it, so you have a choice.
Okay.
And if not, somebody at the table probably will eat it for you.
Absolutely.
I also made some goulash. Everybody has like a different recipe on goulash.
Right.
I do beef and pork and just gravy.
Okay.
So it's onions and garlic in there.
Delicious.
Okay, cook that in there, and that's it. Okay, and I'm going to be making some spätzle,
And that's
which I have here.
like a noodle, pasta noodle. Okay.
It's a noodle. It's like a traditional German noodle.
Okay.
You can say, okay? And I will be doing a chicken schnitzel, which I'm going to be
Wow.
frying up right now.
Now, is
So
this the
pretty-
types of things that you have on the menu when you have
This
the
is on the
dinners?
menu. I also will do special things if people are interested in, but you will have to let me know. Sometimes people ask for the potato pancakes, which I don't have on the menu, but I will make them because I think they're best done fresh. Then I had people, they were asking for a Dampfnudel, which is like a yeast dumpling, usually with vanilla sauce.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I will do that. I had a lady asking for Fleischtaschen, which is it's like a noodle dough and has meat in it, and then you boil it up. So that's also very good.
Yeah.
I
All
personally
the
like
German
that.
foods are good. All right, so what are we adding here now?
That is I did the chicken schnitzel.
Okay.
I personally like chicken or pork better than veal because they have more flavor to it.
All right.
So I like to heat up the spätzle a little bit in butter.
Well, that really gives it some nice flavor too, doesn't it? The butter.
Flavor, and it crunches them up a little bit more. I had people say and make them well done.
Really?
Yeah.
You really do put a lot of care into what you're making. Do you usually have a fixed menu, or
I have
does
a
it
fixed
change?
menu, and then for people that have like a special requests, you gotta let me know in
Okay.
advance. So when I make the spätzle, I like to put a little bit of breadcrumbs in
Oh,
there
nice.
to crunch it up, and that's it.
Silvana, that looks delicious. Silvana, we had so much fun here at Der Jaeger, and we can't wait to try this delicious food. You are an amazing, amazing cook. You put so much love into everything you prepare. Tell everybody a little bit more about your restaurant and the antique shop.
As far as restaurant, we're rather small. We have only 3 tables. That's why I call it the private dining.
Yes.
Because it really has to be reservation based.
Yes.
I can't do it any other way. So especially when it comes to bigger tables, I can see 2 people maybe here and there, but it gets tight.
Right,
and
right.
it's a lot for us. It's just my husband and I most of the time, so that makes it hard.
And everything's prepared from scratch, so it is a lot
Yes,
of work.
it is.
You really feel like you're walking into a German home, and it's cozy and it's quaint. It's terrific.
Thanks.
It's so wonderful.
We serve Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Dinners only. I will do Sunday like a little earlier seating, like 4 o'clock. But
Okay.
other than that, it has to be by special appointment. And it's best to call me. Don't text. Don't do any kind of
Messaging,
email.
yeah.
No, it's not working for me because I hardly ever look at it. So
Okay,
it's
so
kind of
calling
hard
in the
for me
phone.
to miss that. So
Right.
yeah, and do it in advance because it books up fast.
I bet it
Yeah.
does. And it's BYOB.
Yes, it is.
Right, right.
You bring your own.
Terrific.
It's family style, so everybody can try a little bit of everything. And this is what we're all about because, you know, sometimes people are torn. Do I get this? Do I get this? Okay, you have more than one person. Mix it up.
Absolutely. You get to meet some fantastic people and really enjoy yourself. And the antique store is open as well at the same time that the restaurant is.
When I'm here and prepping the food, it's also available. You can come to the antique shop anytime when I'm here. Just give us a call and find out is anybody here or not. I will. Wir sind Der Jaeger, 55 Purdytown Turnpike in Lake Ariel, PA 18436. Thank you for coming in, guys, and visiting us.
Der Jaeger.
Prost.
Prost.
Cheers.
Very
Thank
nice.
you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.